All right, hello and welcome back. We are here in Selçuk, Turkey, the home of Ephesus, one of the most historical and probably most visited historical sites in all of Turkey. This is an ancient Greek site. It goes back that far. It was built in the 10th century BC. So it's definitely very old, one of the oldest museums and historical areas in all of Turkey. So, and not only that, but in all of the world. So once again, it's Ephesus, 10,000 years old, built by the Greeks, and there's so much history in this area alone of Selçuk. So today we're just going to go explore the ruins and look at some of the what still stands here in Ephesus. There's an amphitheater here, and there's so much else to see. So it's a beautiful day. So let's go see what we can find. One thing to know about this site also is if there's so many group tours here, so you can definitely get that pass. I usually always just choose to take these tours by myself, get to explore things, because basically you get all the time in the world to sit and study and examine and photograph anything that you want going by yourself. Now, I'm sure it's a benefit being with a tour, having someone actually explain it to you instead of having to read all the placards. So whatever you're into, there's so many different tours. There's also an audio tour from what I understand, so you can actually get one of those things and listen to each site. I believe I saw the term audio tour. It might just be like a walking tour, but other museums I've been to, an audio tour was actually you get like a device, and every placard that you go up to, it has like an explanation. Now, I'm not sure if that's what it meant or not. Like I said, audio tour could just mean like a tour guide walking around and explaining things. But just to let you know, if you did want to come here, you can definitely take a tour. All these people are definitely well informed of what there is to see here and what the significance of Ephesus really is. So like I said, I just kind of like reading everything for myself. I like going about my business on my own time and at my own pace. So that's what I chose to do. And for the full pass here, it's like 120 Turkish lira, so that's really not too bad. what I find really crazy so far about being here just a short time is that mainly all these steps and the pillars and everything are all made from marble, just chiseled in everything. It's just unbelievable how much money worth of marble there is here, in the craftsmanship of, like I was saying, the pillars. You know, back then they were chiseling things and so precise. And I don't mean precise like these rocks right here. I'm talking about these pillars with the grooves in them, so smooth. There was so much finesse when it came to being a stone worker here, especially with marble. But that's one thing I've noticed right away. You can kind of see with these steps. Now the back part of the steps, where you can kind of see how it's cobblestone together, but the flat part, the seats or the bleacher section that you might see, that is all marble. The columns down here, they're all marble. And now you can get kind of a vantage point of the area out here, which all these columns going up and down, it's definitely all in marble. And what I'm really surprised with is how much you're able to like move about here. Like I'm in the amphitheater right now, one of the amphitheaters, I believe, or the amphitheater. I think there is only one amphitheater, but that's where I am. And then I'm all the way up on top right now, and finally there's no entry past this point, but you're able to pretty much walk around on the steps as much as you want here. So it's kind of neat. They just let you have the run of the land here. I just can't get over how old it is here. You can definitely tell why they might have built this here back in the day. I mean, it's a beautiful landscape. Even you get away from Ephesus just a little bit, and you can see the mountain ranges behind me. It's like in a valley area here. It's just a beautiful location, and it's so peaceful here. But everything inside is just, it's one of those things that until you're here, you don't really get the feeling of how old everything is. But one thing to note, as far as when you're talking about the age of this, it's important to say that even though it was founded and created by the Greeks, the Romans actually took it over too. The Romans actually took it over too, and so during their whole spread of Christianity, this was a huge area here for the Roman Empire to come, and this was well after the Grecian Empire. So it's important to note, like I said, the Greeks actually built this place, but it was definitely taken over by the Romans during the Roman Emperor time. And yeah, they kind of came here on as one of the most important places on their conquest to conquer the world, you know, for the Romans. So don't just think it's old as in the Greeks were here and that's it. No, the Romans definitely spent some time here, and probably spent more time here than the Greeks did, but I'm not sure about that. I'm pretty sure about that, but I'm not 100% sure about that. And this is what I was saying with the marble in these columns. So precise. Right now we are here in front of the library, which most of the carvings and the stone has been removed over time, but this is what remains from it yet. You walk up close to it, and I definitely got some shots of it. You can see how the intricate work that's involved with creating this library. It kind of looks like an entrance when you first walk up to it, but you almost have to think of this as something of an overhang back in the day. It definitely was a library, and so you can kind of tell how important learning was to the ancient time, where they would build a library this interesting and put this much work into it. It's kind of like a modern day library that you'd see nowadays, but this is all built in stone instead of wood and you know, like molding and things like that. This is all stone, all done by hand. And before I even got here, researching this area, I would have thought, like I said, it was more of an entrance to something, and it could be definitely the entrance to a library or something like that, but it definitely is a library. And I think that's one of the most impressive things, and this is probably the most iconic thing that you think of when you see or hear anything about Ephesus, is you're definitely going to see pictures of this place right here. So it's kind of surreal being here right now, standing in front of it. It's really an unbelievable experience. I hope a lot of you that see this video get inspired by this and decide to visit this place, because it's just spectacular. Okay, now we are in the current archaeological site. They only let you in a certain part of this area, but you can see they're still working on some things. They're finding things. They're piecing everything together. But once again, they're gracious enough to let you come in here and explore it, just because they know that history like this needs to be shown. As you can see back there, I mean, they excavated that with like paintings. You see a dove in the background. Now, something like that probably would have been more of a Roman type of time. This is a guess, of course, but I don't think the Grecians really had... yeah, and in fact, now that I'm seeing some of these things, I don't think the Grecians really had that too many sites. I'm not saying they couldn't have painted, but this way just looks more Roman than anything, with the flowers, the goddesses, of course. So this was more, we have a nice mosaic down here with a lion in there. Now this is absolutely spectacular. So one thing I just wanted to jump on here and say while I'm walking around is, you know, I always thought being like an archaeologist would be an awesome job, just to find old stuff like this and do the history on it. And I'm sure it is, but imagine being the the apprentices or the job shadowers that actually have to find all these things and piece them all together. That would be not a job that I would really like too much. It's like doing a never-ending puzzle of like 3 billion pieces, just this site alone. But I'm sure people that do it take pride in it. But once again, you have more of the Roman paintings down here. And as we go higher up, you can see the bricks of that time. And they even have some pillars. I'm not saying everything in here is built by the Romans, but I'm just saying some of the things that might have been, for lack of a better term, the Romans might have updated some things here and put their own flavor on it. And paintings, obviously, mosaics. Once again, you can kind of see the mosaic flooring right there. But yeah, I just kind of want to jump on here and talk about how coming to these sites has really demotivated me to want to be an archaeologist. There's no way I would have the patience to do anything like that. I'm sure the people that do it are very passionate about what they do, but no thank you. So I'm just about to leave this area, and you can kind of see we're at the very top now. Okay, I am on my way out of the current site. One thing that I want to mention as I'm walking out here is that a lot of the ruins here, and you think, well, they're old ruins, that's why they get the wear and tear and things like that, but the truth of the matter is this area was hit pretty hard with an earthquake. So a lot of the rubble here, and as far as what I was saying before, as far as finding these certain pillars and areas, and it's just basically rubble. It's not just because it's this old. Yes, that's a big reason, but also the earthquake had it was very detrimental for this site. Kind of knocked down a lot of the things here. So even if the civilizations were here during the time, let's say the Grecians were here or the Romans were here, and this earthquake would have happened, it would have been very bad for their civilization here. Probably a lot of lives would have been lost, because the pictures you see of things here after the earthquake is quite incredible. So there was an earthquake here, and that's why a lot of the rubble is kind of the way it is here. But I just got to the edge of here, and you can just see the great view. Once again, the views just keep going. Okay, my initial guess was correct. This is the main amphitheater, as you can see. The other one must have been older, or the first one built, but this was obviously the main one, as you can see by the backdrop here, where they would have had the columns, everything in marble once again. And it also, this area right here could fit 42,000 people. Just really impressive. Definitely the biggest amphitheater I've ever been in. I was at the one in Durrës, Albania. Sorry, I got cut off there. The GoPro went out. I just happened to see it. But what I was saying is the second largest one that I've seen was in Durrës, Albania. But that definitely wasn't nearly as big as this. So as you can see now, we decided to walk up all the way until When You Can. And I wanted to kind of get centrally located just to show you guys the vastness of this. And it's really incredible once you're actually here, how high up you are and the views that you got. One other thing that I can tell you is the ruins here are really spread out. So we came from that area over there, which was the library, and now you can see like they have maybe like this main road that came into the city, but they're sporadically, you know, there's ruins back over there in the forest area, and then there's more ruins over there, and then they just keep everything where they find them, and there's basically just like pillars and busts of people, you know, anything that they, you know, find is old and part of either the Greek or the Roman period, or whatever period that's really old, that might have been carved out or something. They keep, and they kind of keep it in the same area where they found it, you know, rightfully so, and you'd expect that. But yeah, this is just crazy, how old something like this is, to be able to stand upon it and, you know, just overlook, you know. So if there was a show or anything going on, you know, down on those stage, you know, no, we're in like the nosebleed section. Well, not technically, because we can't go up any further, but you know, this is the view that you would have had. And imagine like a sunset show or something, you know, the band is playing, or the theater is playing, or whatever is playing down there, and you could just kind of see, not only is it beautiful now, don't get me wrong, but just imagine this during sunset and seeing this whole area. You got to keep in mind, obviously there wasn't a crane here and all this other you know, excavation materials, but it must have been breathtaking for the Grecians and the Romans just to be just hanging out here and enjoying life. It's so beautiful. Okay, we are center stage here in the amphitheater, and I think this is a great time to end this vlog. I can't think of a better place that I've ever actually ended a vlog in my life. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. I'm just basically gonna walk out where I came back in. I'm gonna, see a few other things here, but I pretty much covered the most iconic places you can see here, and you'll see in the footage the more views I have of this place. But this is pretty much it, and I'm really glad that you guys got a chance to experience this with me. Sorry. And be here with me center stage on the amphitheater here that fits 42,000 people in, so you can see what it must have been like to be a performer with all these people looking down at you, chanting, cheering, whatever the case may be. So once again, thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, take care.